back to Fallout 4 Lols. Last time we spent the entire mission doing Bobby No Nose's quest because I'm an idiot. And crew. Okay. Crew meant screw it. Like I want to jump. I just want to jump back into where we were. Like I already said last time, we did Bobby No Nose's whole shabang, shabam, on trying to steal from Hancock, and we also got to know a bit more about Kate, our companion and Bartholomew's newest personal victim. Oh right, we started like immediately. We left immediately after that mission pretty much. So let's see, we go back to Good Neighbor. The Assaultron is pretty much the worst, is one of the worst robots you will ever face in the Wasteland. If you see one of these, please level up. Also, Kellogg's gun will not actually work all too well against these SOBs. Alright, hang on. I also want to check something. Piper. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I think talk to Hancock is really just, let's get Hancock in.
Can't believe it. You look just like Sammy.
Hey there. You knew Rumsfeld
didn't act like
mistaken. What do you think of the place?
They can replace people with synths in this town? They've got another thing coming.
What am I gonna tell his mother?
Also, hoo boy, I think I've decided I've got a couple things.
You get caught pilfering.
Well, Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out
Huh.
on you.
Wonder who this guy is.
Amara's downstairs.
Wait. Hang on a second.
Here for
I'm
Amari. She's downstairs.
I swear to God, I'm pretty good at this.
Amari?
Yes, I take it this isn't a social.
This one's all yours, Nick.
We need a memory dig, Amari, but it's not gonna be easy. The perp.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse. You don't really?
I mean, technically, the corpse was defiled already.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the
Sorry about that. It
Commonwealth.
was more or less just
You
messing
need
with
this.
the volume
So
on
do
the
we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Could you say that like Dr. Frankenstein?
Ego, fetch me the brain. No?
No, I will not. Now, do you have it?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait, that's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen...
Also, sorry,
all
I'm cleaning off my
institute
glasses.
has a similar architecture.
So the brain is still good, right?
Possibly. There's no sign of decay, so the tech is probably preserving the tissue. Injecting
No
some
sign of
kind
decay,
compound
even after that
stable.
long mission I did for
There's no way
Bobby.
to access the memories inside without a compatible port.
You're talking about me, right? I'm an old synth.
There could be long-term side effects.
Sure.
Don't bother. I don't need to hear them.
Uh-huh. I appreciate this.
You can thank me when we've found you.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit there.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could have died. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I'm afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe.
Mm-hmm. Is Nick gonna be okay?
Yes, the connections appear to be... But that doesn't get around the current problem. We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the... He'll act as a host, while you're conscious...
All right.
Just sit down over there.
See you on the other side.
Nice.
Grognak the Barbarian holotape game.
Hope reading that's worth our time.
Alright, time for the trippiest part of the game. That's saying a lot. Like, outside of Dunwich, which I am not at a good level for.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
Gonna go at this for an hour and go out with exactly an hour, regardless of the mission I'm in.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation will be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Alright.
Turn down the goddamn radio. I'm trying to sleep.
All 5 states have now signed on, which means that after this moment, we have all citizens.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
What a joke. What's it mean, Mom? Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough.
Oh.
You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hand. learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Okay, so I basically have to pause. Okay, got it.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her.
Give me some water.
If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. It's gonna be fine. You'll... Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just...
Should Kellogg have
Are you sure
stayed
these
with the
guys know what they're
NCR?
doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I'd come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the sheep. A lot of standing around looking tough.
She. I'll have to look into
They
that.
sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this?
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Wish I got to know about that one. Anyone in the comments after the video is up, or anyone who decides to watch this now, please feel free to let me know what exactly goes on there.
Mind if we sit down?
I don't remember much from that time. It all kind of blends together. It was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. A little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. So, I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
Alright, I think that's all I'm really gonna get out of it.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
This is Kellogg being introduced to the Institute.
I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Which suited me just fine. So, the first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. But with the Institute, I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Cryogenic stasis.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
All computers are still working.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
That's good. Checking through the...
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Hopefully it's all just...
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Find it. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears
Wasn't
to be
my
a very
idea
recent
to settle
memory.
down with the kid in the middle of
Good
Diamond
news, I
City.
think.
I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. Hello. It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
There we go.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Next time I have to watch someone's life story, I want popcorn.
Well, if you're cognizant enough to joke, I think... Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
I saw Kellogg's life.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us. And he had reasons for being what he was. How does that...
It's convinced me that I did the right thing. He was a rebel.
I suppose I can't... We're getting off track. The only question is...
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea?
that's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a sheep. If Virgil found a way to survive...
Oh, I'm going in naked. Fingers crossed I get super...
I know you're joking, but as a doctor, I feel obligated. So be sure you find a way to get through there with your life. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine for...
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg? Is that you?
What?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Mari. Anyway, I feel fine. Or I could head back to
I'll see you around, Nick.
Good luck out there.
Okay, so, here's the thing. So I have to locate this Virgil guy who's in the glowing sea. One big thing about the glowing sea. See all this? Virgil ain't exactly here. I'd say he's more here. And for those of you who don't know about Fallout 4, glowing sea is glowing because it's severely radiated. So what I'm going to do is actually take on I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of exploring. See where the wind blows, you know? Or do a couple side missions. You know what? In all honesty, this is kind of how I do it. This is kind of how I do things. And I told you before that I was a big Brotherhood of Steel buff. I'm joining the Brotherhood of Steel. This is gonna be a little stupid, and I mean, look, with the Brotherhood I have easy access to power armor. I have easy access to a workstation that can help boost that power armor. I have a really good store. I have really good supplies at my beck and call. There are a lot more uses for me to join with the Brotherhood than there are with, say, the Railroad or the Minutemen, or even the Institute. And joining up with the Brotherhood at this level is really...
Glad to see you alive and well, sir.
Are we in luck, sir? Mission accomplished. We have the transmitter.
Finally, some good news for a change. Nice work, sir.
I didn't do it wrong.
Paladin Dance.
There's still a place for you in the Brotherhood, if you want it.
I'd be honored to join.
Then that settles it. Aelin, Reese. He shows a lot of promise.
I'm only in it for the spiffy uniform.
Oh yeah? And here I thought you joined up.
So you decided to stay, huh?
Let's just hug this out and get it over with.
You can play it however you want, tough guy. It's gonna take...
Reese, that's it. Like it or not, you're going to have to... And you need to understand, we're not soldiers of fortune. If you intend to stay within...
Don't worry. I've spent time in the military.
Perfect. Then there's no need to give you a long... I only ask for 2 things from anyone under my... You fall in line, you stay. There's one last order of business I wanted to... I'm going to recommend you to be awarded the rank of knight.
Oh,
Now,
hang on a sec. How bad is it?